The metaphors we discuss in this submission is not the metaphors we can combine into a story. It's not even the metaphors that we use during therapy to give advice. We want to look at how we can utilize metaphors when our clients present the metaphor to us. Hello, it's Scott Jansen from the Conversational Hypnosis Academy. We now turn our attention to the instant metaphor induction. To explain a metaphor would be like this. When a client is exploring an issue, they are having a deeper level of understanding, and sometimes finding labels or descriptions of these words can be of little use to us. What happens is a client understands an issue more thoroughly, it almost becomes a new problem or a new version of it, and they're not quite used to it. And this is hard to describe from a client's point of view. Think about when you've had an experience that has been amazing, that there are no words to describe it, and you find yourself using gestures or little stories to try and give it a little bit more justice that it deserves. What you are doing is using metaphoric terms and frames while describing an unconscious experience consciously for the first time, and it can be tough. But for a hypnotist, if we are cunning enough to listen out for them, they can be the easiest way to put a client into trance. So I'd like to introduce you to the instant metaphor induction. This induction only takes place a few steps before it can be tough to implement. The hypnotic context will create the initial setup for the metaphor. So let's say, for example, we are chatting to a client and gathering information about an issue. We continue to dig deeper into the problem and uncover some emotional leverage and more unconscious material. We dig some more and we notice that our client is finding it hard to talk about the issue now. We may find that their thoughts are slowing down, there's an insufficiency to speak or to even describe the problem. An increase of confusion or postulates are there, such as a client stumbles across their own words, and maybe a little bit of frustration from our client who cannot describe the experience they want us to hear. If you notice any or all of these, you are in the correct place for the instant metaphor induction to work. When the conscious mind has run out of words, so to speak, you can guarantee when the unconscious mind takes over, it will communicate through a metaphor. For example, a client might say, "I feel like I'm stuck in a hole," or "I just can't shift my thinking. It feels like I have a handbrake lifted up in my life." And there are many more. Once we hear the metaphor, our induction can begin. So step 1, we just need to simply repeat back the metaphor our clients gave us, and this is known as echoing back. As you echo the metaphor in a slow hypnotic tone, as if you're telling a client to really listen to you. Step 2, repeat this over and over, slower each time. You need to use the exact metaphor over and over and adding a hypnotic tone over and over again. As you do this, we need to allow for our clients to give us feedback and let us know that they have heard their own metaphor in action. For example, a client might say, "I feel like I'm stuck in the mud." And then for you as a therapist may say something like this, "I know, it just feels like you're stuck in the mud. It really feels like you're stuck in the mud." And it's interesting that you can feel like you're stuck in mud. So as you want to echo back the metaphor, and as our client absorbs the metaphor, trance will increase. So why would this be? Because the metaphor is a pure unconscious communication, and the more we listen to the unconscious communication, the more we go into trance. So that's the instant metaphor induction. It's quick, you need to be on your game, but it is very powerful and effective. So that's all for now. It's Scott Jansen from the Conversational Hypnosis Academy. I wish you luck with your new induction. Bye for now.